What?
No. No way! Of course I can't! I'm not taking care of him!
Huh? Miss Shina? My name is Tomoya Tanaka. 24. I'm a social studies teacher at a high school. I lost my mom when I was young, and it's just been my dad and I since. My fiancée, Risa Ashihara, and I have been dating since I graduated high school. She was going to be a part of the family soon.
Dad, hear me out. There was trouble at work today. It was crazy.
That must have been hard. Publishing textbooks, you're working hard.
My dad is a former teacher. Before retiring, he was a principal of an elementary school. His students look up to him, and he was a great teacher. Everyone who knew my family would say so.
By the way, Tomoya, when are we making it official? I want to get married and have kids already. All of my friends are posting their weddings and kids on Instagram. I feel like I'm the only one left behind. Oh, when we have kids, I want to ask Dad to take care of them. Just kidding.
Risa's eyes sparkled as she spoke. Recently, she's been bringing that up a lot, and I warned her every time. Hey, I've been saying this, but you can't depend on my dad from the start. Also, you should compare yourself to others on that.
Don't say that, Tomoya. When I'm still able, I'll happily take care of my grandkids.
Risa and I, my dad and Risa, both of these relationships were secure. Risa and I were also getting ready to live together. The happy days would continue. I didn't have an inch of doubt about that. But... Morning! Wait. Dad? Dad! One morning, I had a strange feeling about my dad who came to sit on the couch. His responses to me were slow. He seemed barely conscious, and I immediately called 911. Then...
A stroke? No way. He was so healthy up until yesterday.
What the doctor told me was enough to shake me.
Strokes often happen suddenly. Happening in the morning is also a classic case. Depending on where the damage is to the brain and how bad, there may be after effects.
Happiness can go away so quickly and easily. But I had to be calm. I signed the paperwork for the procedures and returned home briefly to get ready for my dad's hospitalization.
Oh, Tomoya, welcome home. I was so surprised when I saw your message. Is Dad okay?
When I got home, Risa was waiting there. I felt like I wasn't alone then, and the feelings I'd been pushing down almost burst out. My voice shook, but I knew my dad was the most uneasy. I held back my tears and told Risa everything.
What? A stroke? After effects too? Like paralysis?
Yeah. We can't say there's no possibility of paralysis or speech impairment. We might have to take care of him.
I can't.
What?
No. No way! Of course I can't! I'm not taking care of him!
My vulnerable heart hurt hearing her say that. I never imagined she would.
I want a marriage that everyone will be jealous of, so I can't take care of some old man that can't communicate. Forget about the marriage. We're strangers now.
Risa's words bounced around in my head. I didn't understand. Risa left me there like that. Dad, I brought what you need to stay here. I think it's everything. Even Risa dumped me. I had things to do. I can't abandon my dad because of my own feelings. The time between the stroke and the procedure was short, so we were able to do something called TPA, where the blood clot is melted. But there were some after effects. He could understand me but couldn't get words out. My dad's eyes looked over me. I could tell he felt sorry toward me. I wonder if I could tell because I've been looking into his eyes for a long time. I'm sorry, Dad. I just broke up with Risa. I know you were excited about the wedding, so I'm sorry. My dad's eyes opened a little wider. They wavered slightly. I think he understood without me explaining everything. Don't make that face, Dad. I'm fine. I have to find a good lawyer. Family stuff is complicated. No matter how cheerful I acted, I'm sure my dad saw through it all. A few days later, my dad was recovering well due to the procedure. He's working hard on his rehab with a speech therapist, so I'm sure he'll be fine. It was my day off. I was here as always to see my dad. Then... Huh? Miss Sheena?
Oh, you're...
There was a woman crying on the bench outside the hospital. It was without a doubt my mentor. Oh, my future plans. In my second year of high school, I was debating whether I should choose to work out of high school rather than going to college. I was thinking about my dad who was raising me on his own.
Wait, Tanaka, you're not going home yet?
Oh, Miss Sheena. After school, I was the only one left in the classroom when the newest teacher at the time, Sumika Sheena, appeared.
Are you unsure what to do?
Oh, no. Well, actually, yeah. My dad is a single dad. Naturally, it was easier to talk to Miss Sheena, who was closer in age to me than the other teachers. Before I realized it, I was telling her about how I didn't want to burden my dad anymore. Well, I don't have any dreams, so I thought I could just work. Miss Sheena fell silent for a while. I was taken aback by the way she looked at me, and I looked away.
Tanaka, my dad's a single dad too, actually.
Wait, really? She told me that when she was a student, she was about to give up on college due to financial reasons.
But my homeroom teacher at the time heard me out, and my dad encouraged me too. Tanaka, why don't you talk to your dad? That's the best solution. When you do, be honest, okay?
Miss Sheena's words struck a chord with me, so I talked to my dad that day. Dad, I'm thinking about working straight out of high school. I don't have any dreams. My dad's eyes saw through everything. I hesitated. Miss Sheena's words from that day echoed in my mind. I want to be a teacher like you. I squeezed my honest feelings out. My dad smiled happily and cried for something. Because of that day, I was able to choose the path to become a teacher with no hesitation. A few years since then, I never thought I'd run into Miss Sheena again. Miss Sheena, did something happen?
I'm sorry. It's been so long. But look like this. Actually...
She was choked up with tears, but she told me that her father had passed away.
It was so sudden, so I couldn't process it fully.
If I remember correctly, her dad was a single dad. I'm sure her sadness was doubled.
And I couldn't show him what I looked like in a wedding dress. Tanaka, I heard you're going to college. I'm rooting for you. Okay, I won't give up on my dream to show my dad myself in a wedding dress.
She said we will make our dreams come true together and smiled. The memories of her that day is still so vivid.
Tanaka?
I'll hide you so people can see you. So please cry as much as you want. I'll be here.
Thank you, Tanaka.
Miss Sheena tried to keep her voice down as she cried. I didn't know what to say. All I could do was be by her side.
I see. So you really became a teacher, and you're teaching social studies in high school.
Yes. Thanks to your encouragement that day, I was able to make my dreams come true. I could never thank you enough. Thank you so much. 49 days had passed since Miss Sheena's father passed away. We had exchanged contacts, and we met up at a cafe. I was finally able to tell her how thankful I was to her.
It's nothing. All I did was listen to you. You made your dreams come true with your own effort.
Unlike back then, we're both teachers now. We talked a lot. I told her how I got broke up with. I told her how her parents had apologized and sent me money. Miss Sheena, are you okay? Naturally, our conversation shifted to our fathers. Occasionally, her face would turn gloomy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't help thinking about it. I'm gonna be the first one to see my daughter in her wedding dress. I kept seeing my dad saying that and laughing. Back then, I would get mad out of embarrassment, but even then, he would look happy. That became our normal banter. I focused on work and turned 30. I thought I had more time. What was I doing?
I don't think her regret will go away easily. I couldn't find the words to say. I resented myself.
I've been told that I don't look good in a wedding dress before. I was self-conscious about it like an idiot. It felt pretty bad to have my dreams denied even more after all that. Hey, Tanaka!
What? Who said that?
Your face, Tanaka! Your face is crazy! Calm down!
How can I calm down? I can't do that. This person must be insane to say something like that to you. Of course you look good in a wedding dress. You were made to wear a wedding dress. Are they dumb? Are they stupid? Come out and fight me.
What? Since when have you felt so passionate about this?
No matter what anyone says, I think you look good in a wedding dress.
Tanaka?
Regret doesn't go away easily, but I think it helps when people remember. So I won't forget. Your regrets and how much you cared about your dad. I can't comfort you like you can, but I'm still a newbie, so forgive me. There were tears in her eyes. It looked like she felt just a little bit better.
I'm so nervous.
Right? But I'm excited. I want to see it. Oh, but I guess I can't see you first. Time passed. Miss Sheena, Sumika, and I were going to a bridal shop to see wedding dresses. Time passes quickly. It was almost a year since we ran into each other that day.
But we can't choose one together if you don't look.
The two of us got closer and started dating on the basis of marriage. Now she was a fiancée I loved. I think you look good in anything. We came to the bridal shop in high spirits.
Huh? Are you Tomoya?
Unfortunately, we ran into Risa Ashihara, the woman who broke off the engagement a year ago. My mood plummeted.
This is great. I was just thinking I wanted to see you. Actually, I'm here for this bridal fair. Everyone around me keeps getting married, so I'm sad about it. I thought I'd look at some wedding dresses. Wait, what?
She was blabbering when she finally noticed Sumika next to me.
Mishina! Wait, you went after a student?
Don't say that. It's none of her business. Let's go, Sumika.
Wait, what? You're calling her Sumika? Are you going to marry her?
Yes, we're dating to marry. Her eyes widened with shock, but she immediately started laughing.
Wait. No way. If I remember correctly, she's in her 30s, right?
She got a little closer to Sumika. I had never seen her look this nasty when we were going out.
Didn't I tell you back then that you wouldn't look good in a wedding dress? I always hated you. You weren't that much older, but you acted like our teacher and gave us advice. Tomoya was thanking her like an idiot, too. It was the worst.
Risa had told me she always liked me. I think she was jealous of Sumika. So it was you that said those terrible things to Sumika?
Don't be mad. It's cute, right? Who cares? Looking for a husband wasn't going well for me anyway. Tomoya, let's... My father passed away a year ago.
Sumika spoke quietly and plainly. Risa looked at her with resentment.
The person who wanted to see me as a bride is no longer on this earth. The person I've always wanted to show myself as a bride to is not here. So what? Isn't there no reason to have a wedding then? But I want to wear a wedding dress now. There is someone who wants me to show him. That's why I'm here. You told me back then that a wedding is for showing off. But someone I love taught me that that's wrong. My dad is no longer here. But I will have a wedding. Because a wedding is a place to tell someone you love that you love and appreciate them.
It's not like Sumika didn't have regrets, but her words were honest.
Whatever a wedding means to you has nothing to do with me. But I don't think the people you care about will remember a wedding that's just for show. What? What the hell?
Risa threw her little tantrum, but she couldn't fight back. All she could do was glare at us as we walked into that bridal shop.
Tomoya, you look good. Congratulations on your wedding.
Dad, thank you. It was finally our wedding day. My dad worked hard on his rehabilitation and barely had any paralysis. He was able to hold conversations normally too.
The bride and groom.
The ceremony started. I waited for Sumika at the end of the aisle. I felt the happiest I'd ever felt. But
Tomoya! Good! So it was today!
suddenly, there was a loud sound. It wasn't Sumika, the bride. You? Why are you here?
Tomoya, let's get married! There's still time! Dad always liked me and he's better now, right?
Oh, I see. You found out that dad is better, so you...
We're going to get married, have kids, Dad's gonna take care of the kids, and we're gonna live happily. Everything back to normal. I want to be a part of your family.
Risa said the word family. With that, something snapped in me. What? Family? You never wanted to meet my family.
No, I did. Don't be mean.
Who's being mean here? I can see right through you. You only think my dad is a caretaker for the kids.
No, of course I don't. Stop acting.
I stopped the venue staff from intervening. I told Risa clearly. You always wanted kids. I know why now. You wanted to have kids and show off, right? You always compare yourself to your friends. You were going to just have the kid and hand it off to my dad. But my dad had a stroke. You realized you couldn't ask him for help, and you might have to take care of him. So you abandoned me easily, right? Risa fell silent. That was enough for me to confirm the truth. I don't care what you think of me. Maybe I was just convenient. I don't care. But I'll never forgive you for looking down my dad. You took advantage of my dad when he really cared about you. I'll never forgive you, and I'd never get back together with you. Risa seemed stressed. I wanted her to just leave.
No! Because you told me suddenly that we might have to take care of him. I was worried, that's why.
I guess you'd be worried if you were told suddenly.
It was the voice of someone who had long stood at the head of the classroom to his students. It was my dad. I felt a hush fall over the church. My dad quietly walked over to me. I was so glad he wasn't paralyzed.
Dad, then...
But you weren't the only one that was worried. Tomoya was much more worried. I'd realized that you saw me as a helper for your kids. I turned a blind eye for my son's happiness. But you shouldn't make other people take care of your children. You share your time, your gratitude, your life. That's how you become family. You see someone's true nature when they're worried. All you think about is running away from burden. That's your true nature. If you only saw my precious son as a convenient tool, I cannot forgive you.
My father had raised a lot of people. His words had weight, and I was moved.
Can you move?
The church doors opened again. The guests all looked to the source of the voice. Sumika. It was Sumika. She was holding a photo of her father. Her father's photo was surrounded by flowers like a bouquet. He looked happy.
Risa Asahira, I'm about to walk down the aisle with my father. Can you get out of our way? Huh? Sorry to keep you waiting, Tomoya.
Sumika, you're the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm gonna be the first one to see my daughter in her wedding dress. That's what Sumika's father had said. I hadn't seen Sumika's wedding dress until now, so she could fulfill that. I'm sure Sumika had a lovely conversation with her father in the other room.
What? I should be there. Wedding dress. The wedding. Why do you have everything I wanted?
Risa had tears in her eyes and glared at Sumika. She finally noticed the coach stares around and left in a hurry. So what happened to Risa?
Why? I didn't know my boss knew Tomoya's dad and was invited to the wedding.
Her boss had seen her do what she did at the wedding. As a result, her bosses are furious. She was transferred from sales to some random, useless department. She can't quit, because she has to pay her parents back for the money they paid me. I heard she's working for little pay and being gossiped about at work. Let's go back in time, the back room on the day of the wedding.
Dad, I know I'm late, but I finally met someone. I'm a bride.
Sumika was in her wedding dress, talking to her father. She had so much to tell him, but couldn't quite get the words out. The words came out as tears and fell down her cheek.
You are beautiful, Sumika. Congratulations.
It was the voice of someone who had left this earth. Maybe it was in her head. But it isn't strange that she would hear it. Her father continues to live on in Sumika's heart. Sumika looked somewhat relieved after hearing her father's voice.
Oh, there. It's your grandpa.
You're in love. Don't hurt your back, Dad. 2 years later, my dad was holding his first grandchild. He looked ecstatic. People go through life supporting others. If I only thought about myself, I would never have found happiness like this. On a weekend one rainy season, it was unusually sunny. The bright sunlight shined down on us.
Oh, I love that story. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.